up, guys, and welcome to I'm Bored. Today I'm going to be reading to you guys, except it's going to be on my sort of like quiz activity. I'm going to be reading to you some of my books that I have on my favorite page. Okay, so I actually have some really good ones, and I will post part 2 of my called, I already forgot, of a quiz, of me playing the quizzes, but, if you want to find me on here, I have this app, I have 2 accounts. They're both called I'm Bored, except one of them has a profile picture and one of them doesn't. But I would be thankful if you were to subscribe to me, and you can always get a notification of when I have posted. I'm just going to find a random one. Let's do, okay, this one's my favorite. This one actually, no, I gotta restart it for you guys. Okay, here we go. I will be posting mornings if you guys like it. Okay, chapter 1. We can adopt them. Me and my brother woke up from a tree with golden and black apples. So are you two. And that's my brother, I replied perkily. By the way, the thing, if you don't know, that means your name. Dream, there's another goody two-shoes here that's just like you. If I had extra words, because of my stupid brain. I tilted my head. Dream? I waited patiently, rocking back and forth, waiting for some kind of garden orb to come kidnap me to a magical land. Sorry, brother, I'm here. What did you need? He paused. He saw me and paused. He didn't frown and get mad at me. Me and my brother were there like our parents used to do. Actually, he gave a humongous, warm smile. Hello, you two. What are you doing in this place? My brother got warned. We're not going to trust you ever. We woke up here, and you're the only ones who must have took us. The man we saw at first nodded at the kid like he understood what he was feeling. Well, do you know where your home is? Do you need me to take you there? I jumped at the name home. I fell onto the grass and backed away for a moment. I shook my head in fear. What Mom would do to us. The other man, who I only just noticed with mostly wearing glasses, his name is Dream, I think. Dream came up to me, having his hands slightly in the air. He came close enough to put his hand on my shoulder. And when he did, I felt something were lost from some kind of aura. He turned to brother and said, I don't think they want or should go back home. Really, why the thing? Why would I want to do that? I don't want to replace it with a weird word. They show both signs of physical and maybe mental abuse from their parents. What are we gonna do about it? I think we should adopt them. I had looking back on the day when my dad first adopted me. People mostly call me Hope. Since then, and life has been better for me in Fear. Fear is my brother, but his anger completely changed. I can't call him brother in public anymore. It would make me seem like Uncle Nightmare and Dad were, never mind. But today was a big day. Dad had his hands on my shoulders while I stood right in front of him with a beaming smile. Crowning day. I was becoming the new Prince of Hotsuit. Princess sound weird and corny. The female Prince of Positivity. I stood there. Do not mind my notifications. I stood there, seeing all the people talking amongst themselves. We were facing said crowd, and I looked up at Dad, who only gave a reassuring smile. Everyone started to settle down and look at us. Realizing we were on the stage thingy. Dad started a ceremony with a yell so everyone could hear. Hello everyone, thank you for coming to the ceremony for my brothers and my daughters. He took a few deep breaths from how much oxygen he was using and gave him a small thumbs up, and he continued. As you should know, our children should now have the rightful titles of the new guardians of the tree of good and evil. I got distracted by seeing two of Dad's friends in the crowd and smiled at them. One jumped and waved while the other one smiled and waved. I didn't wave back but why my smile trying not to hint on that I was distracted. I missed a bit of Dad's speech, but I got to hear the end of it. In which case, we'd be representing crowds on them signing their new role in this kingdom. I felt something get put on my head, which magically adjusted to my size. I shook my head and looked up at Dad, who was beaming proudly at me. Uncle Ned put his crown on fear, and I heard him whisper, I couldn't have it anyway. My excitement hearing caught on the little fridge and was bittersweet to me. My brother's growing up so fast, even if he was 13 minutes older than me. I felt Dad hug me, and I heard a lot of ahs in reply. I smiled at him back, which caused even more commentary. After the thing was over, Dad's friends Ink and Blue came over. Hey Dream, hi Hope. Hello friend Dream and his daughter. I smiled at them. Hi Ink, hi Blue. She looks awesome, her new crown, doesn't she? My dad asked the two. I started to blush a little gold since some of Dad's magic got transferred to me. I had yellow pupils and blush. It's magnificent on her. That's good. Ink gave a thumbs up while Blue was hugging me to death. Dad luckily was able to save me from the suffocating hug. At least it was a warm hug. Well, I still feel proud of you, Hope. I'm happy you feel proud, but it was... I can't pronounce this word, crap. Let's get it because I cannot pronounce it. Dad nodded and I smiled at him. I did like making him proud. Can we go see the tree? Click. Chapter 3. The Tree of Good and Evil. We walked to the tree, or I glibly skip, but the difference was no matter at the moment. I'm going to protect the tree like Dad, the principle of activity. Hee, sounds catchy. So right up, I know you're aesthetic, but still. Oops, sorry Dad, love you. Love you too, Hope. Oh, what is this? I'm tired now. I saw the tree, which made my mouth gape open. Whoa! You think it's that awesome? Wait till you climb up it, and that's what you call absolute magic. I ran to it and saw all the goat nipples. I started looking around the corner. I saw black hoppers. It still looked pretty, but when I saw forward, I called out, I'm sweet actually by the side of the tree. Please stay on your own. I turned and nodded. I never questioned Dad's knowledge because he knew about the tree way longer than I ever did. I went back to the other side and sat down. You okay if I leave? I nodded. Her friend said behind me, most likely Fear and Uncle Nightmare. You're just scared that you're good and evil. This is your side. Looks neat. You get the package of dark apples, yada yada crap like that. Your sister's on the other side. Okay. I heard footsteps walk away and my mother asked, really? My name is Hope, no Fear. You expect me to trust them still? I think, don't you think the tree is pretty? I asked, trying to. I yawned. If I climb, I suddenly a magical arm surround me and rolled me into the tree. My eyes drifted close. Sleep wouldn't hurt me. Right now, wouldn't it? Brother? Chapter 4. Brother, what are you doing? 8 years later, I woke up and looked at the other side of the tree, but Fear wasn't there. I frowned. I got right to the edge of my side of the tree. Fear? Brother, where are you? I ran to the castle. We never moved anymore because we should. But we safe check since he wasn't at the tree. I looked back at the tree and sighed. I got to the castle and I looked around a bit. I passed Uncle Nightmare's room and Dad's room. I heard someone crying down the hall. The negative feeling pierced my soul and I wanted to help whoever it was in there. My brother was usually emotionally stable, so it wouldn't have been him. When I went over there, there was a deep tone, crying, but it went from high to deep. I opened the door, I listened to my brother crying, but there was a black cloud against him, and a bite out of it. Tar poured out of his mouth and eyes as he cried from pain. Tears ran down my cheeks. Brother, please no, I beg you. Why? I can't really do this part because I'm not very good at deep voices. So I'm keeping my ears. Everything I believed I believed I was a bad guy. So I'm giving them what they wanted. I never believed that you're my amazing brother, and none of those people were past tense. They would be right very soon. I cried and begged for him not to do it, but the torso covered his legs, then his torso, then his arms. It's hard to cover his face, but when it only covered his mouth mostly, and when her said, "This is your fault." Tears streamed from my eyes. I fell on my knees and put my hands to my face as I sobbed. Brother, why? This isn't what's supposed to happen. I'm sorry. I must get help. It's gotta be a way. I need to help him. From the top of my shoulder, I looked up to my brother. The star was out, but his hair looked different. At most, it covered one of his eyes, and the other one was blue. There were 4 tentacles coming out of his back, and his skin was paler. I walked up to his face with stream draining down my eyes when we both heard yell, "Are you two in the casual you should have told us who you were visiting?" I muttered Dad underneath my breath, and I hugged my brother. I heard the door to the room open and gasped to be correct. My brother set me aside and growled in his new deep voice, "I'm leaving. So if you aren't in it, you'll follow me, except you, sis. Go die in heck." No! No, Blue, I think my dad's gonna leave. I got hastily left while tears even poured into my mouth. I didn't focus on the tears though. I was confused and not in a good mental state. "Oh no, sweetie, it's gonna be okay." "No, it's not," I yelled while my voice cracked from the crying. "It's not gonna be okay. It's all my fault and I don't know how to help." Dad walked towards me and hugged me. "It's okay. I understand your confusion, anger, and sadness. You don't understand though. Sweetie, look at your uncle. This is all a repeat from our past." I hugged my dad back, at this point squeezing as hard as I could. He comforted me and I fell asleep in his arms. Who would know? It was the last time I would see him at all. Dang! The chapter's getting dark. I could keep the time and keep track of the chapters. Okay. It started like a fairy tale, then turned to a shattered dream. What the heck? No. 7 months later, I struck my bow that Dad recently got me. I looked back at my quiver, which automatically made positivity arrows. I looked back at the fireplace. I was sitting on a cushioned couch and I sighed. Ever since your brother, yeah, but ever since then, Dad has been trying me to fight and how to calm people down. I had a few injuries from practice, but that was only because of the serious hallucinations I had. A few tears trickled from my eye, and I sighed again. I need to be strong for fear. "Hey, Hope, have you seen your dad? I can't find him." I looked behind me to see my Uncle Nightmare. Yeah. No, actually, last I saw, he was sitting next to me. Uncle Nightmare nodded and walked back to the hallway. He was kind of nicer to me since his son was somewhere causing chaos. I lay back, closed my eyes. Nothing could really get worse, could it? I heard a portal open. When I stood up and checked the hallway, I saw Uncle Nightmare going into a portal. He left the portal open, which my curiosity getting the better of me. I walked in front of us and saw Dad and Uncle Nightmare talking. I listened under the confirmation. "Why'd you call me here, Jim? I really thought you came up meeting up." "'Cause you said I could never understand anything." "'Cause you can't." "But I want to understand." Dad pulled out a black apple, started crying. "And I will understand." I tried going through the portal, but my body wouldn't move. I stared at the situation unraveling before me. "You wouldn't." Dad, he ate it. He ate the apple. Tentacles came out of his eyes as goop poured out of his mouth. It hurts. Everything hurts. Is this how you feel, brother? Tell me I need to know. Dang, you really did that? Well, that's how Sergeant Greg. Uncle Nightmare was sad, and I cried off, and I cried. My body wouldn't move. Dad was completely covered in tar, but Uncle fell down on his knees while the tar on his face melted off. Please, Jordan, come back to me. Why are you so serious, brother? You wanted this, didn't you? Nightmare cried as the tar kept melting off. Then I saw Dad look directly at me. Sweet, come here. It's okay. I backed away, shaking my head. I heard an explosion behind me. It caused me to jump. I turned to see holes in the castle walls of my brother. He laughed like a maniac as the walls broke down. Outside, I saw the same black-white void that my dad and uncle were in. I felt a blast from behind me with great force. It pushed me into the void. I turned to see nothing at all. Tears trickled from my eyes as I looked for any survivors. I tried to calm down, but I couldn't stop crying. I looked down at my hands where the bow Dad had given me laid. I looked around for a single being, but there wasn't one. Until I felt a tap on my shoulder. Hey, you okay? That must be the remains of your universe, huh? Life, fun, isn't it? I glanced behind me to see a kid looking about my age and looked a lot like my dad's friend. Ink, was it? I looked as they took on nervously. My first day on the job, and I already found out colder. I twisted my head on a vision filled me. Oh, I'm sorry. How long have you been here? He asked later. Only a few minutes. He smiled at my response and reached out his hand. I grabbed it, and I got up with the help of this man. I started turning the bow, and where do you have it? I glanced back down at the bow Dad gave me. A tear trickled from my eye, pretty much puffy eyes. I sighed and stated shakily, I'm his daughter. My new friend's mouth opened slightly as he was going to say something. He closed it again and gripped my hand harder. I tried pulling away, but he kept holding it tightly. One moment. Let go! He started to pull me towards the portal, and I scraped my feet against the floor, trying to get away from this man. Once he dragged me through the portal, he let go inside. Dad! What is it, kid? I thought you might be quick, but not that quick. Jinto, no selected route, female prince of positivity. Apparently the figure at the desk was Ink. He turned to look at me. Hope? I nodded slightly, scared, and he stood up and walked towards me. I haven't seen you in forever. You have your dad's bow? I nodded and looked away. I mentioned to my dad. And Paint, where'd you find her? In another place in the anti-void. Ink's expression went into an empathizing and sad look. He looked at me with a concerned look. He sighed and said, Oh no, Hope, I'm so sorry. This shouldn't have happened to you. Do you want to talk about it? I nodded, but slowly, because, yes, Ink had taken care of me while Dad was away, but I knew him that well. I felt bad that I couldn't trust a single person at this point. He painted a couch and motioned me for me to sit on it. I sat down on the surprisingly comfy couch. He sat next to me inside again. Dad, he ate an apple, and so did my brother. Everyone I loved abandoned me. Now my whole entire home was obliterated. I felt him rub my back as I sobbed, but he was telling his kid, apparently his name was Paint. I guess it makes sense. About something. After I calmed down, I fell asleep. Dream. We fell asleep. I looked around and saw I was on a rock that was pretty large on a flat top. I was in the middle of it, and the rock was in the middle of a large river. The water splashed up on the sides of the rock, and the water on my right side was bright yellow and beautiful, and the other side was pitch black tar. I sighed and felt someone's hand on my shoulder. I jumped and heard a deep chuckle. It's just me, sweetheart. You okay? I couldn't see the person, but I assumed it was Dad. Tears trickled from my eyes. No, leave me alone. Why would I do that? I love you. Because after all, you're my daughter. I shook my head violently. No, I'm not. I'm Dreamstar, not yours. He rubbed my shoulder, which was sadly my weak spot. I fell backwards on torn and wrapped his arms around me. And he wrapped his arms around me. Come on, sweetie, it's okay. I am still dreaming, and you're dead. I'm just better. I want you to be as strong as me. What the heck? This storyline is getting really weird. He had a black apple and smiled at me with a kind and warm smile. I struggled to try and free myself from his grip, but when my vision blurred, I sighed and waited to wake up. He pulled the apple close to my mouth. Dream end. Jerked awake with ink looking at me like it's gonna blow up. Hey, Texas, but do you know where your uncle is? I shook my head while gasping for air after seeing my dad and how I was too weak to fight back. Suddenly a portal opened and a hand reached out and grabbed ink and took it. I blinked at it as ink sun ran toward the portal closed and tried to whip home with own paintbrush, but I found as I tried figuring out who would take a step. And at this time too, why I walked towards him inside. I think I know who took him. My dad. He glared, and I explained my reasoning. Luckily, he said, I have a plan. We need to transfer our dad's back. Before that, we need to find your uncle. Okay, then let's go. Team Gabad. It's not gibberish, I swear. 1 sec, I need to put my tablet on charge. That's right. One moment, people. I was wearing a pack-up outfit Dad had given me, and had put my hair into a ponytail. I woke up in this golden tinted place with a bunch of paper floating around. Paint, are you here? I called out, suddenly teleported in front of me. Though he did have a wet towel on his forehead, I rose an eyebrow, wanting an explanation to remember. Paint took the canister off his belt and drank it. He waited for a moment and said, I'm sorry, this is the juice, but this place contains all the use. I nodded and smiled at him, looking at the paper, seeing different things inside them. I sat and looked at Paint. We need to get our dad back together. He nodded and thought for a moment. Team Gabad. I shook my head and looked at him with again a confused look. What? That makes no reason for what I just said. Team, get back our dads. Okay, but how is the question in my hand? I grasped my arms and said my plan. Well, I think we should do what our dad used to do, but now we could take over their jobs. We would travel each universe, and if we find our dads, we would already have fought the destroyer so much we would have already trained for it. He nodded but asked, what about Nightmare? Can't your brother help? I froze. My brother, I froze. Brother. He is still corrupt and I forgot about him. I promised. I started to cry and Paint came over and hugged me. I suddenly felt a jolt of fear and scrambled away. You have phobia? I shook my head but then realized I got scared from being touched with exactly what phobia is. I sighed and nodded. I'll get some training set up. You go to sleep. But I was just asleep for 10 minutes. Not enough for a non-AVB being. AVB, it sounds like some kind of drug. What is an AVB being? I sighed and replied, it means anti-void born being. I nodded and sighed. He snapped and we teleported to places with islands and all types floating everywhere. Go to that one, you can sleep in that shack right there. I nodded and teleported there with a tiny device he had given me. I slowly walked to the shack and slightly recoiled at the old rusty smell it had. It had no resemblance to a castle. I set my bowl on the old desk and laid on the bed. Fought a twin's bed. It had a great mattress. For a twin's bed, it had a great mattress. I pulled the blanket over me, and the fluffiness of it rubbed against my forearm. I fell asleep, and I was in the same idle of the same RC island surrounded by the water and tar. I shook my arms and saw my dad again. I backed away, feeling the ribbons of my outfit dragged behind me. I whimpered, but the floor beneath me disappeared. When I looked back up, I was falling. I closed my eyes, but landed on someone's lap. Hello? Being the nervous kid I was, I struggled, but fell. Whoever held me stroked my hair slowly. They placed their hand on my cheek, just like my dad did. I held it and put a black substance on my hand. I realized who I sat on affected was my dad. I struggled in his grasp and went, I'm so sorry, dear, but this isn't a dream this time. He grabbed my wrist and I felt a bit of tar spread and covered my arm. I touched my cheek again and felt tar over it. I whimpered and cried, but Dad kept stroking my hair and my arms. Don't worry, sweetie, I'm going to help you be stronger and help your brother. I looked at him, but then he wrapped my arms and stop. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you go yet, my daughter. Dang, okay, I'm going to read this last chapter, I'm pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, I'm going to read this last chapter, and that's the first video because this video is really long. And I have to go to bed in like 2 to 3 hours. Dad, you're not my dad. Leave me alone. This is my favorite chapter. This is my favorite chapter. He rubbed my arms as I slowly began to relax. I tried to get out of his grasp, but each until I looked down and saw a void. I backed right up in both kids' chests and heard someone ask, how does Maker scared of a floor illusion? They're easy to make, but I'm just going to get it to be like me. And soon with that, I went by stroke my cheek with one moment, I could go do something.